Geminis. What is coming up for Geminis the remainder of April in the area of love and relationships? Geminis. You seem to be having an important conversation. It does feel like with someone. Now, for some of you, this is going to be hitting a family member. For others, this may be like a child. For others, it's going to be a love partner. Regardless of the dynamic, it feels quite karmic. And what I mean by that is we come to Earth with contracts to fulfill certain lessons and do a certain amount of growth and to work out karmic situations with certain people. And those contracts come with cords. Now, the cords make it so that you can pull and tug at each other voluntarily, involuntarily. This person may show up in your dreams. They may sort of haunt your mind, signs and symbols of them everywhere, no matter how much time has passed or how much space is between the two of you. And it doesn't have to be that you are in, a no contact situation with this person. It could just be, for some of you, this is a general message, that there are just unresolved issues. And this could be happening for some of you more in the sleep state, where you're working together in other dimensions to process some of this karma, these lessons and growth, and to wrap up a chapter, okay, or even the book of your story together, and to bring some peace and harmony there. And I think that's a beautiful thing. For others, this may end up being a literal conversation that you have with somebody. So it seems more like they're knocking at your door, but they're doing it a little, I almost feel like half-assed, like not really full on saying why they're showing up. It's kind of walking on eggshells or beating around the bush, or just saying like, hey, I'm just here to say hello, just checking in on you. And then there's a whole lot more there, that needs to be discussed. And that'll probably come out relatively quickly. It's up to you, obviously, whether or not you entertain it. But I do get the sense of unfinished business here. For most of you, who are single, something to this tune will be happening for you in regards to an ex, or maybe even someone you didn't necessarily ever get deeply invested in, returning from the past, a situationship type of an idea, and two new people coming in. It does feel very possible that they'll both come in the same week, which makes me wonder if you're going somewhere. Preferably not on a dating app, but like actually going somewhere. Maybe it's a new dating app, okay? Because it feels fresh, whatever it is. Say you go to a party, say you go out to a bar, and you're meeting both people the same night. It has that type of energy, and I think it would probably, be the second to last week of the month, and we'll have some very interesting conversations rolling, and this potential from these love partnerships unfolding quickly, and we'll see what is of value there by the middle of next month for sure. For those of you in an established relationship, I do feel like, things are pretty quiet for you guys right at this time, except for finances, which we're going to get into next. Okay, so take this how it applies. I think that in regards to money, career, and investments for Geminis, the rest of April, we are looking at, especially with shared income, we could be seeing some butting of heads, or almost like one person owes you more. So this could look like a legal settlement. This could look like a judgment in your favor if you are trying to finalize a divorce. This could look like some type of an inheritance. This could look like a negotiation that doesn't end up necessarily going to court. This could look like a bigger tax payout. For those of you who've been doing your taxes, oh God, I want to jump off a cliff this week. It's been awful with the deadline in a couple days. I think that you could be getting more back than what you normally do, or what you thought you could claim. Something changes here financially. Now, I think this is great, obviously, for you guys, but I also think you need to learn how to celebrate it, because you seem to have such an attitude of like pent up anxiety over it. Understandably so, if you've been going through a lot of arguments with your partner, you know, or really trying to move forward and you hope the partnership survives this, or you're trying to make your way through a divorce. Understandably so, but you know, at some point you have to take the reins and you have to say, I am calm, I am cool, I am centered, I am collected, and I'm going to celebrate my wins. I don't care how hard or how long it took to attain them, you know, to achieve this status. In career, you guys are really looking quite brilliant, actually. So I'm going to blanket this for everybody. I don't really care what you're doing with your career. You are being seen and heard. You are needing to also modify. If there's anything you've been holding back on doing, procrastinating on doing, you know, I have Gemini like 6 times over in my chart. It reminds me of this show itself. Okay. It took me forever to finally show up. This is episode number 3, you know, but I'm showing up, and it's like, it's time to make those changes. If you are going to be proving to the universe that all the things you've been manifesting, you are actually going to hold yourself accountable for, you're actually going to show up for, you know, put in the work. You're not resting on your laurels. And so there could be a lot of advancement there for you guys. In the area of hidden obstacles or general theme for Geminis, I feel like speak your truth. Okay, so I see you putting on the red lipstick, Geminis, and what this ultimately means is that you are speaking your truth. If you have been, and it's been disrespected, disregarded, nothing changed, you're coming at it again. You're coming at it in a different way. You're coming at it at a different time, but you're saying, I will be heard. I will be seen. I'm not asking, I'm telling you. And if it remains a problem where it isn't working for you or people aren't making the adjustments that they need to, you could find yourself walking away. Okay, that's a boundary that you just may need to set, or setting stricter boundaries.